We build walls, fortifications around our hearts, our minds. We learn to spot the obvious threats. The loud aggressor, the overt manipulator, the clear enemy. But what if the greatest danger doesn't knock down your door? What if it's invited in? Welcomed as a friend, a partner, a parent? What if the most profound psychic damage is done by those who don't even know they're doing it? Carl Jung knew this. He saw that the unseen world of the psyche, the unconscious, doesn't stay contained. When a person is blind to their own inner chaos, their own darkness, their own shadow, that darkness doesn't simply vanish. It seeks a home. It seeks a host. And that host is often you. This isn't about malice. It's about mechanics. The mechanics of the soul. Think about it. The friend who leaves you feeling exhausted after every conversation. The partner who makes you feel responsible for their happiness. The family member who subtly blames you for their own failures. You aren't interacting with them. You are interacting with their unconscious. Through a process Jung called projection, they cast their unowned parts onto you. You are no longer a person. You are a screen. A canvas for their unlived lives, their unprocessed traumas, or their deepest fears. You become the villain, so they can feel like the victim. You become the savior, so they can avoid saving themselves. And the most insidious part? You mistake this invasion for intimacy. You think you are being a good friend, a loving partner, a supportive child. But you are losing yourself. Losing your energy. Losing the very ground of your own soul. Because you are carrying the weight of a ghost. Today, we are lighting a torch in that shadow world. We will expose 6 archetypes of the unconscious invader. Not to create enemies, but to reclaim your sovereignty. This is a journey into the hidden battlefield of the psyche. And it begins with learning to see the invisible. First, there is the unconscious critic. This isn't the person who openly puts you down. This is the one who does it for your own good. Their criticism is disguised as help. Their judgment as concern. I'm only saying this because I love you. I just want you to be the best version of yourself. But listen closer. What they are really saying is, your spontaneity reminds me of the freedom I've lost. Your ambition highlights the dreams I abandoned. Your joy is a painful mirror to my own quiet misery. They are not trying to build you up. They are unconsciously trying to cut you down to the size of their own cage. They project their repressed inner critic onto you, making you doubt the very things that make you you. Next, we meet the emotional child. This person lives in a world of intense, volatile feelings. One moment, you are their entire world. The next, you are the source of all their pain. Their emotional state is a storm, and you are the ship they expect to captain. They have not learned to self-soothe, to regulate, to find their center. So they use you as their center. Your calm becomes their anchor. Your stability becomes their ground. They are not a partner. They are a psychic dependent. You are constantly walking on eggshells, managing their moods, trying to prevent the next explosion or collapse. You exhaust yourself, trying to fill a cup that has a hole in the bottom. Because the emptiness they feel was never yours to fill. Then, there is the idealist. This person doesn't see you at all. They see a fantasy, an archetype. They project their need for a perfect hero, a flawless savior, a divine partner, onto you. At first, it feels intoxicating. You are placed on a pedestal, adored, worshipped. But a pedestal is also a prison. You are not allowed to be human. You cannot have flaws, doubts, bad days. The moment you reveal your authentic, imperfect self, the moment you crack the perfect image, their adoration turns to bitter disappointment. You haven't failed them. You have failed their illusion. And you will be punished for daring to be real. Now, we must face the keeper of old wounds. This person lives in the past. Their identity is built on a foundation of what was done to them. They are the perpetual victim of their own story. And they need you to be a character in that story. They will replay their traumas, their grievances, their betrayals, over and over. And you, with your empathy, will listen. You will comfort. You will try to heal. But they do not want to be healed. Because their wound has become their identity. Their power. To heal would be to lose themselves. So they keep the wound open by making you a permanent witness to their pain. Your role is not to help them move forward. Your role is to help them stay exactly where they are. Fifth, we encounter the passive aggressor. This is the master of the unspoken. Their anger doesn't shout. It seeps. It manifests in missed calls, forgotten promises, backhanded compliments, and heavy, loaded silences. You constantly feel that something is wrong, but you can never name it. If you confront them, they will deny it. You're being too sensitive. You're imagining things. I don't know what you're talking about. This is a form of psychological warfare. They make you doubt your own perception of reality. They punish you without ever leaving a fingerprint. Their silence isn't peaceful. It is a weapon. And it is slowly, quietly, driving you mad. Finally, there is the logic tyrant. This person has walled off their heart. They live entirely in their mind, in the world of shoulds, musts, and absolute certainties. They dismiss your feelings as irrational, your intuition as nonsense, your lived experience as mere anecdote. They do not connect with you. They analyze you. They do not empathize. They debate. Being in a relationship with them is like being a puzzle they are constantly trying to solve, or a problem they are trying to fix. There is no room for the mystery. No space for the soul. They will drain you, not by taking your emotion, but by denying its very existence. You will begin to feel like a ghost in your own life, unseen, unheard, and fundamentally unreal. These six figures are not monsters. They are wounded people, lost in their own unconscious fog. But their wounds do not give them the right to wound you. Your empathy does not require your sacrifice. The most spiritual act is the act of reclaiming your own psychic space, of drawing a boundary, not of anger, but of light, of saying, with quiet, unshakable clarity, your shadow stops here. If this journey resonated with the truth of your own, comment "I reclaim my space" below. And subscribe. Because this is not the end of the work. This is the beginning.